if you clone me, which would be stupid to do so, are you going to keep my 11 lines that are popping through? Are you going to keep my neck wrinkles that are coming through and my jowl, my smile jowl? Or is it going to be completely removed? Well, hello and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a little bit funny, a little bit scary, and a hell of a lot of enlightening, at least from my perspective. So let me bring you up a little closer because you seem far away, because I want you to get the full experience, if you know what I'm talking about. Let's get comfortable. As you can tell from the title, this is about what I feel is the fact that AI has taken over not just the internets and the Instagrams and the TikToks, but has now infiltrated AI podcasts and many other things. So I did a video yesterday about influencers going broke. Thank you all for who watched it and who are going to be watching it and have not watched it yet. I appreciate that. Just checking my mic. Here we go. So you know when you click on something and then, like I've said a million times, the algorithm, whether it's now TikTok that I'm on, which I don't post on, but I just check out, I check out clips, and YouTube has controlled my algorithm. Well, apparently for whatever I said yesterday, triggered the algorithms to send me a bunch of variations of why influencers are going broke. And I was meandering through all of the clips, and a few of the one that I found that I will share with you in this video made me say, now we have a video, because now I understand the black box of why influencers are going broke. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lena. And to change it up a little, thank you all for stopping by. And I hope that if I bring value to you and that you enjoyed this, that you just consider subscribing to my community, liking, sharing, hyping, all the variations of things to trigger my algorithm to show up in your feed. And for those who've always been here with me, you know what I like to say. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am scared to death of what has been flooding my feed. So I thought this was a simple thing about influencers going broke because, of various different things that I put into my video. I come to find out that it's much, much, much deeper. So to be clear, we went from, let's say, people posting on YouTube, right? Really not thinking about making a living about this, to getting AdSense triggered through YouTube, then also sponsorships for these YouTubers that brought them into this different economical financial situation for a number of years, to the point where people were figuring this out, flooding the spaces to get that same revenue that these influencers were claiming they were getting. Okay, so here we are at the peak. We're flooded. So now you're telling me that at the peak, which normally happens, we were now too many people trying to get that bank, that gold rush, that, infamous or famous money that everybody was making. Now we're slowly going down where influencers are faking their richness, okay, to now where here we are on the downward trajectory of influencers are being replaced by AI. I didn't see this coming because I wasn't paying too much attention to it until yesterday, until everyone in my YouTube algorithm has been spewing, crying, bitching, moaning, predicting this for a number of years. So let's get into people who are faking their lifestyles. I found these two clips to be very disturbing. So let's take a look at the first one where we have people who are faking their lifestyle in the sense of where they live.
POV, you own a multi-million-dollar Nantucket home. You hire a house sitter. She proceeds to make content as if it's her home. Do you care? Because that's what this Diary of a Connecticut Housewife influencer is allegedly doing at all the properties where she's hired to be the caretaker. Her feed is beautiful. It looks like she really lives the life. But how easy is this to fake? So easy, especially if you have access to a house. If you walk around town, if you go to the beach and you grab 3-second clips of aesthetic footage, montage it together, people are stupid. They will believe that you are filthy rich because you went to these places one time and you got a little bit of B-roll. So to circle back to the original question, if your house sitter is doing this, are you upset? When you buy a home, are you also buying the bragging rights? Are we offended by the fact that this person is pretending to be a homeowner or that she's deceiving people? Through all the imagery on her profile, she's managed to convincingly associate herself, whether it's real or fake or not, with Nantucket to the point that she started this thing called Camp Nantucket, and she's charging people thousands of dollars to have a Nantucket experience and stay at an Airbnb. And she did this with virtually no understanding or experience of the island. She had only been here one time previously off season. To me, this says the people that signed up for her Camp Nantucket experience don't want an authentic Nantucket experience. They want to experience a version of Nantucket that doesn't exist. Like, do you go to Stop and Shop on this Camp Nantucket experience? Do you go to the dump since there's no public trash service here? Fake wealth and performative wealth are very interesting to me because I wrote this book, a satire about wealth, class, privilege, and race. To Have and Have More is my campus novel that mostly takes place at an elitist prep school. But when they leave, they go to places like Nantucket and Vail. The spoiled kids in my book are the ones who grow up to hire house sitters like this and then have to deal with the dilemma of what to do when they accidentally uncover their caretaker posting their...
Okay, I have to say, that's very ingenious of her. I would have never thought to be a house sitter and then, take pictures of these houses to fake that I live in them and then post them online. I have to believe that necessity is the mother of all creation, because people will find a way to make money. And I thought that was it. Oh no, Mosherie, no, of course not. Are you crazy? Because it shocked the hell out of me. Let's take a look at someone that explains how the rich and not so rich and not so famous and the fakery that goes on to these influencers. And in detail, by the way, just so you know, let's take a look.
Influencer Becca Bloom fooled everyone by faking her rich lifestyle until she was exposed big time. See, in just a few months, Becca went from nobody to over 5 million followers, all by flaunting luxury, designer closets, private jets, and endless diamonds. But now, people think it was all one big act and a lie. Turns out those designer bags she keeps flaunting are all fake. Fans went full detective mode and started noticing the red flags, tags left on dresses, plastic wrap still on handbags, yet she swears she's had them for years. And the wildest part, people believed her. Everything about her screamed old money heiress, but the illusion shattered when real billionaire heiress Jamie Shee called her out, exposing Becca's luxury life as pure smoke and mirrors. Though people were defending her, saying Jamie is just jealous of Becca. That's because Becca claims she's the daughter of tech billionaires who built Camelot. But the more people looked, the stranger it got. Now the rumors are that every place she films in, from penthouses to villas, are actually rented. And get this, she recently got married and her wedding was tiny, with no big names, no glam, and no billionaire guests in sight. She literally built a whole empire on looking rich and turned it into a content strategy. So now the question is Becca Bloom really rich or just really good at pretending? Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit follow The Secret Spill for more.
Well, again, I think that's very ingenious. I did not know that you can rent things. It makes sense. I mean, for the price that they're renting it for, to fake this online lifestyle that everybody now growing up wants to be a YouTuber. You don't have to be a YouTuber. You could be a fake tuber. And did it stop there? No. Because I think that between the fakery, the flooding, the fakery, and what's happening now was all caused because of the flooding and the fakery. Because now we have influencers who cannot even afford to fake their lifestyles anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're running back to work. Okay. So we covered that yesterday, right? On my last video. So now we have AI people. I I'm scared to call them people. I'm not going to lie, because they're not people. They're AI agents, AI, whatever the hell they are. They're a prompt in someone's computer that is generating lifelike people to try to influence, and they're getting, presumably, brand deals. And not only that, brands are utilizing them for their life, for their brands. So now we've cut out the real humans, faking their lifestyles or not. They will still real people, okay? To cutting them out completely and creating their own people. So apparently this is hitting a big market. Let's start with the beauty community. I found this guy. I hope he's real. I can't tell anymore. At this point, I've had it. Let's take a look at what he has to say about the beauty community and this brand that even I couldn't tell unless he specifically told me in this video. Fake. Take a look.
The beauty community is going to collapse, and possibly the entire social media marketplace. Please take a moment to watch these video clips with me.
I do makeup on women twice my age every single day. Here's why most foundations look bad on you.
Okay.
When I see women over 40 reaching for these foundations, I can already tell their makeup is going to look dry and heavy.
When I see women over 40 using these foundations, I already know their makeup looks dry and heavy.
Foundations for mature skin I'd never touch again, and why after 20 years of working in makeup.
20 years. So how many of those videos do you think were real? Not two, not one, zero. It's no brainer that AI is a massive problem in countless industries already. But makeup and social media is my realm, so that's what I want to talk about with you today. Perhaps most of you were able to tell, but the comment section on these videos says otherwise. In fact, one of these were sent to me under the impression that it was real. These are not just videos, but entire TikTok pages that are AI generated by a brand, bashing real products and other foundations, by the way, just to sell theirs.
This is the difference between looking tired and looking 20 years younger.
This one was actually made for mature skin, and it automatically matches your skin tone based on your pH level. This is what makeup for mature skin should be, darling.
Now today, I can tell those videos were AI because of the sounds, the mouth movements, the letters are blurred, but I need you to imagine where this is going to be at in a year from now. This is already working with a lot of people. If there is thousands of fake AI makeup creators, what would that make the social media space look like? The content saturation would explode. People won't be able to tell what's real, what reviews are authentic, and what are not. I certainly can't keep up with an AI creator posting 10 videos a day. So if you, like me, go to social media for reviews, tutorials, to find things, I don't see how it's not going to be rendered useless. Now this is if nothing changes, which I am confident that it will, but we do need to act. I think today it's important that we continue to put pressure on our elected representatives. We have to be vigilant online and report videos and accounts that use AI like this, denounce and discourage partnerships of it. We need to demand clear disclosure on AI generated videos, and you can start by joining me in reporting these AI pages. These are just the ones that I found simply because they're following a similar script. I can't imagine what else is already out there. I know AI is never just going to disappear, but we can demand for clear regulation. It's imperative that we protect ourselves and our data. And any company that ever decides to do anything like this again.
Okay. Yesterday I had a problem, or my last video, because maybe somebody doesn't understand that I had a video up yesterday. So I'm going to say my last video, okay? I had a problem where influencers were lying about the products, even though they were sent PR, they were sent, they're ambassadors, whatever the hell they are. Because everything's always perfect, everything's great, nothing's wrong. And I had wanted to have a pros and cons, at least something that was more realistic. I feel like I wished to a genie, and my genie crapped out on me, okay? Because when I said more realistic, I meant the people, not these fake AI prompts that are being created to look like people. It's like, be careful what you wish for. You have to write it down, okay? Because I did not want that they're using now prompts to hawk products to us, to tell us that this looks great, or you should be using this, or you look at my skin. What the hell is going on? Okay? And then I said, oh, this can't be the worst of it, right? Because, Lena, you're stupid. Okay? Of course it's going to be the worst. It's not going to be the worst of it, because now I started finding out that There are AI influencers, not just hacking products. They're just like roaming around in the interweb, internets of the world. Like, let's take a look at these AI people who, I don't know what they're doing. Take a look. Ay, 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 ay. Señor de vida, coño, carajo, puñeta. You know what's crazy? Is that they look like what real people look like when they put on the 900 filters that are on all of these apps. That's the scary part. Because a lot of the real people use a lot of filters, right? They look like that. They look unreal. But at least I thought, at least 5 years ago, I was like, she looks good. I wonder what she looks like in person, right? That was the going theory. Now I don't have a theory. Okay. I just have innate fear. Okay. We have people copying people's profiles and putting them on AIs to convince people to buy things. And they're not even the people. Okay. They're cloning them.
I have to show you how crazy AI is getting.
I'm a 47-year-old mom, and here's what I did to look like I'm in my 20s again. For context, this was what I looked like 2 weeks ago, and you can probably tell, but having 3 kids really took a toll on my skin and body.
Okay, first of all, saying I'm 47, strike one. Saying I look like I'm in my 20s, a little bit of a redemption arc. But either way, so creepy. Both of these videos are clips from real videos I made. This lower one was a Botox cosmetic post. The top one was a filter to show the aging process. I'm actually wearing the same shirt in it. But clearly those words coming out of my mouth aren't real. What's so creepy is that is 100% my voice. They edited the video to make it look like my mouth was kind of moving to the new words, but it's not quite right. You can obviously tell that it moves a little bit off. But the fact that they can voice match that well is really scary. And the scariest part is a lot of people are falling for it when I look in the comments. Everyone except for this bottom comment here, what are the face filters going on here? Everyone else is commenting saying, okay, what is it? What did you use? What made you age in reverse in 2 weeks? I'm all for optimism, but my goodness, when people fall for these kinds of ads, it blows my mind. Let's keep watching.
But anyways, I recently started doing this home facelift hack that I found while scrolling on Facebook. I was seeing a lot of crazy transformations from a lot of older women who were doing it, so I got curious and wanted to try it too. Raising 3 kids gets really expensive, so I don't have a ton of extra money to spend on treatments or any cosmetic procedures, so getting work done was definitely out of my budget. But lately, I've been doing this facelift hack every night for 2 weeks now.
So 100% my voice, and honestly, the edits around my mouth are not bad. It's almost believable if you didn't know what to look for. One thing about all of these scammy posts is they never get to the point. It can be an easy way to sniff one out. They just keep saying, oh, I've been doing this for 2 weeks. I look 20 years younger. They talk for 10 minutes. They never tell you what it is. They want you to subscribe or sign up for something to get the answer. Automatic hack. And I hate that they're trying to play on sympathies and try to relate to moms saying, oh, I have 3 kids. I'm 47. I have a cat and nothing else. Anyway. So this video is trying to sell these people something that can age them in reverse in 2 weeks using my voice and my face and my platform to try and garner trust. So number 1, don't fall for everything you see on the internet. And number 2, go report this account. It's not the real Doris Day, it's some fake Doris Day, but we need to report it, get it banned.
What do you say to that? So, if you clone me, which you should be stupid to do so, are you going to keep my 11 lines that are popping through? Are you going to keep my neck wrinkles that are coming through? And my jowl, my smile jowl? Or is it going to be completely removed? Because if any of you ever see a version of me without my 11 lines and my which I haven't gotten Botox, and I won't get Botox now because now I'm scared. And my jowl and my wrinkles, you know what? Then I'm me. That no be me. Because unless I tell you I gotten Botox to remove all of this, that's not me. And do me a favor, tag me. I doubt that I will be copied. I'm too old, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But what is going on? So then I said, instead of saying this can't be, this is it, I said, what's next? Well, did I find out? Right after that, I got spoon fed like a child. AI podcasters. So before I go into my rhetoric or my rant about this, because I have a personal vendetta about this, okay? Let's take a look at these podcasters that are online, that are AI. So then you can understand when I start screaming, bloody hell. Thereafter. Let's go.
Some people are going to hate me for saying this, but AI is about to replace all influencers.
I want you to guess what she says next. Go on. I will give you a couple of seconds. Got it?
Yeah. And you're looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not real.
Be honest. How many of you guessed correctly? A lot of people didn't. Wait, did you create an AI that looks like you? She was never real. Some people following her didn't even realize she was AI. About 18 months ago, I warned you about AI scams. They were mostly terrible and easy to spot. Celebrities with bad lip syncing and terrible audio. But they started getting better, and many of you admitted that you didn't realize until I pointed it out. But now we have leapfrogged. AI no longer relies on adding audio to existing footage, because they can not only create their own audio, but create their own footage of people who do not even exist. There are now countless influencers who are not only completely fictitious, but are being paid money by brands to make sponsored content. Apparently some very big brands as well. A few years ago, AI models were much easier to spot. But on first glance, would you know that this fitness influencer is completely fabricated? Or this AI model, now complete with skin blemishes to look that tiny bit more real. Even the head of IG issued a stark warning that AI and deepfake content is becoming indistinguishable from real content. I don't know what the solution is, but this is another warning that we need to be very fucking careful.
A lot of people keep asking if I'm real, and honestly, they're right, I'm not. I was created for a reason. To show up when she doesn't have to post, to engage, to build without burnout. Now a lot of the girlies are asking, how do you even make money from AI? Simple. There are so many ways. You can do UGC for brands, create content, and get paid without ever being on camera, sell digital products, run affiliate links, even build pages that grow while you sleep. This isn't just content, it's a system. While most people are trying to stay consistent, she built something that already is.
So here's the deal. I'm not going to scream. I'm going to say, woo-sa, woo-sa. I'm going to take in, I'm going to breathe, I'm going to be fine. I've also had 2 glasses of wine to get through this video because I had to absorb all this. No, okay, I wasn't drinking. I have been working on starting a podcast. I brought a mic. I'm trying to figure out where in my home I can set this podcast up. I've been reading about it, figuring out what is the best way to do it, the setup, the mic. I did it all. Came this close to starting one last month, but other things had happened. But I've been really gearing up for a podcast. So after seeing this, so what do I do with my mic now? So I just go into ChatGPT or Runway or whatever the hell they're doing this and just clone somebody or somebody like me or me and just say the hell with all the setup and just go ahead and do that. Do you guys think I should do that instead? I don't know if I can keep my frown line and my jowl and my wrinkles on my neck, I don't know what to do anymore. Because, there's two versions of podcasts. There's a lot of people who listen to them as they're doing their business, driving, whatever, and then there are the ones who watch them, and both are creepy because you're not listening or watching someone that's actually real. Don't fight me on this. Okay? Just don't. Because how are they having this conversation? So someone's writing a script and they're going back and forth with each other, having this conversation. It's not real time. It's not a real, what? I'm at the point that I follow a few doctors, and I use this in quotations because now I don't know what I'm watching anymore, that I'm convinced that one of them is an AI. Okay. Because I do a lot of research on my diabetes, on ways to do it, naturally, how to get off of the GLP-1 and blah, 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 blah. The other day, there was one that I watched, and I'm not going to blow him up, that I was like, because when I looked at the description, it said auto dubbed. But the problem is that he was speaking in English, and I don't know what was auto dubbed, and you never see anything past his head, which is why when I came down here, my first video, I actually showed you my physical self sitting down. Because the other doctors that I watch, you see them moving around, you see them, you get a full vision of them. But this guy, I never see him past his background, his head, but below his neck. And he's always very stoic. And the other day it triggered me. I'm like, I don't think this is a real doctor. I haven't ventured to check out if it is. And maybe it is a real doctor, but he's using a clone of himself to get out more videos. But there's something off, right? I'm questioning everything. Makeup, beauty, everything. Clothing. Like, I said this yesterday. I'm very, I'm very concerned of the way that these influencers were being paid to shill for these companies and mislead us into, buying and purchasing their 25 favorite Amazon finds every week, every day. I want to go back to that because I want to understand that these people are actually real. Because some of these people that I watch are old timers. Okay. They've been doing this for at least 10 plus years. And AI was not in no capacity to even figure that out. I miss the days of lookbooks. Now AI can do lookbooks on items and have a link, and they're making bank. So this whole thing about, AI influencers going broke is not about the fact that they are not. It's more than just that they're not managing whatever money they were making. It's a matter of now brands don't even need them anymore. And I'm not talking about just AI influencers. I'm not talking about just influencers. It's going to be a point where you're not going to know if I'm real or not unless I do something completely crazy and I draw the line on doing a cartwheel because I'll break my fucking ass. Excuse my language. But I don't know what else to do. I'm really scared that this is at a point where even this community, this YouTube community worldwide is predominantly going to be run by AI fake chat GPT runway prompts. And they're pushing out videos 3-4 times a day. I can't even take out one video. I'm trying to make it shorter so I can get it out because I like to bring, some entertainment, some value, whatever comes out of my head, whatever comes out of my mouth. I don't like the script. I like to put in some visuals if possible. And that takes time. I'm at the point that I'm like, I am so freaking running behind this crazy. This AI issue is now the new gold rush. And I'm yet again on the working train where I'm not catching up to this. Tell me, I want you to be all honest with me. I'm being serious because this is I thought about this long and hard. Would you like to see a clone version of me come up on camera? Would you be okay with that? Does it matter what I bring? My humor, my rants, my thoughts, unfiltered, or does it matter to you at all? Because for a majority of these AI people, Many of them, nobody really cares. They like, they subscribe, they get millions of followers, they get brand deals. Even brands are even using them. At some point, when is reality going to be okay? When is my quirkiness, my ticks? I'm going to have to start ticking on camera like this, just so to throw off the AI, agents to try to capture my likeness. But does it matter? Because I'm not, it's not like I'm growing exponentially on YouTube, and these people are getting millions of followers with just one post and making not just AdSense money, but brand deals. And I'm not even a broke influencer because I've never been an influencer. So I'm not even, I talk about getting on the back of the line. I'm not even on the line. Okay. That's how far behind I feel that I am. And I hope that for the people who do value me and they do watch, and if you're new to my community and you appreciate realness, rawness, mistakes, not a perfect speech, not perfect skin, not perfect hair, not perfect anything, that you value that not just on someone like me, but people who are actually doing it and are complaining about it, because I'm joining that line, the complaint line. Where do I file? Where do I file? Because when I see these AI, I don't know what to call them. Agents, I'm going to say agents that are dancing and moving and have perfect hair and perfect skin. It makes me feel like instead of humanity going forward, we are going backwards. Skynet is real. If anybody doesn't understand that terminology, it's from Terminator. We've talked about this for years, and there are classes from people who are selling them, courses of how to create these AI agents to push out these videos 3-4 times a day to get your money. And I'm at a cross of saying to myself, why do I continue coming on here being myself, broke, pretending that AdSense is going to be a livable wage at any point? I'm going to start to cry. When we've already had the influx of influencers that have been successful, some are still, some are failed, some are broke, some of them are faking their lifestyles, peak. And then now we are at the descent where real people, even if they were faking it, even if they're not competent, even if they don't even understand what the hell they're doing, to removing humanity completely from our world, that we don't even need to be needed anymore. Let's say I get a brand deal. My ideal brand deal will be probably, I thought, oil of Olay. I have used oil of Olay since I was 13 years old. Okay. I would love to partner up with oil of Olay. Have I tried doing it? No. Do they know who I am? Of course not. I'm trying to think of another brand deal that will tickle my fancy. It would have to depend on certain things. Some of the things that I put in my other video, Get Ready With Me, that I use religiously. They don't need, not only do they not need me, they don't even need the people that they were using. That is where we are in this society, in this humanity. So, 2 questions again. 1, would it matter to you if I was AI cloned and I came in here doing 3-4 videos a day and just being very professional and very stoic with no sense of humor? And pretty soon that's going to be cloned too. I don't know if ticking is going to, if I have to do it like a tick to even make sure that you guys know I'm real. Second, were you fooled on a lot of these videos? Not the ones that I showed you, just in general. Could you tell if they're AIs? And are you following someone that you suspect that could be AI? And my last 3rd question, does any of this bother you? Does any of this scare you? And I'm not talking about we shouldn't use AI for anything. I'm talking about creating clones of people, not animated people, not the animation, clones that you see. I'm talking about physical people that can read, speak, dance, sing, move, hawk you products. Do you think we've gone too far? Because I'm going to tell you, for me, in my opinion, We have gone way beyond far. We're at a point where there's a train that's moving that can't be stopped. So I hope that my realness, my rawness, my 11 lines, my jowl, my neck wrinkles, my aging, my thought process, who I am as a person, when I make you laugh, when I make you cry, because sometimes I cry on camera. It's an ugly cry. When I make you try to think about different perspectives, is something that you appreciate. And the ones that have stayed with me, oh, I'm going to start to cry now. Thank you. And for those who have watched this video to the end, I hope that you appreciated me and you like to follow me, because I go through different things and different topics. And I'm going to come back and bitch about this again, just so you know, because it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. And that you consider subscribing to my, I hope, human community, because we have a lot of fun here. And I'm going to continue to bring in the fun and the funk and the rants and the realness and the rawness. Now, as far as podcasts, I don't know. I can't return the mic. It's past the date I can return it. So I'm going to have to do something with it. So I want to thank everyone. I want you to all drop a comment, like, comment, subscribe, hype, push this out. And if I've made your day, that made my day. So have a wonderful day, night, weekend, week, month, year. Because from here to around the world that I reach, that's not AI, because I'm not on the internet to give you that. If you're not real, no. I want you, the real you, to have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Thank you, everyone. Bye.